What up? What up? What up? Microphone check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, peoples? We in here. How's everybody doing? Gonna try to get things pulled up here. Seems to be some issues going on here. We'll see if we can. If I can't get this pulled up one way, we'll get it pulled up another way. All right. Something going on here, but we'll get it together. All right. So what I'm gonna try to do here is do it like this. All right. Now give me a second here. How's everybody doing, by the way? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, what I'm going to give you guys is my thoughts and observations. My thoughts and observations of a particular part of Travis McMichael's testimony here. All right. So what's good? What's good? How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? I look like I'm sitting in a tunnel on the train or something like that, but I'm really on Richard Branson's Hyperloop. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. It kind of looks like it though, don't it? In this small little tube ride and then inside a tunnel, it looks like. But now I'm actually chilling in my ride today. Just chilling. I decided I wanted to try this out and do things this way. And so what I'm gonna definitely talk about today is, as you guys seen on the screen here, just my thoughts and observations about a particular part of the testimony of this guy you see right here, Travis McMichael's, of course, the one who murdered Ahmaud Arbery. And as you know, this case is going on along with the Kyle Rittenhouse. A lot of people saying Kyle's going to get off, Killer Kyle, the so-called kid Killer Kyle is going to get off. People are saying, well, we'll see. All right, we'll see. We'll definitely see. We will definitely see if that is the case. And so what was happening is I was trying to get this video pulled up. I thought I had it on the computer, but apparently it's not the case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to send this to, let me see here. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do it. There's a couple of ways I can do it. One way is to push it through. And let me see here. Let me go to settings, man. End up getting another phone because my other phone was tripping, like severely. So what I'm trying to find, okay, found it just by checking it out right away. Okay, let me see here. All right. So what I want to try to do here is go ahead and send. I hope I can do it. Hope I can find it, number one. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't send before. I wonder if you guys give me just bear with me here. I'm still learning this phone. It's an Android, but it has like a feel of an iPhone, the way it operates and you move the screen and all that stuff. It gives you that feel. So this is what I want to do here. Okay, here's another way I might be able to crack the code. All right, let me try something else real quick. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let me see. Let me see what we can do here. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Let me try this real quick. All right. This looks like this might be what I'm looking for here. I'm hoping this is it. I'm hoping, I believe this is what I'm looking for. All right. So hopefully this thing will come up and do what I wanted to do here. I'm hoping. I don't know how it's going to let me know that if not, we're going to definitely, I'm going to try something else here in a minute that I know would definitely be quick and work quickly. All right. So in the meantime, let me hit you with a brief break and we'll be right back. You rocking with the best. This is Thoughts of the Week podcast. Let's get it. Sit down and brainstorm potential things that can happen. All right, potential situations that can occur. I'm giving you a list here of possible things that can happen. You got fires, you have flash floods, home invasions, hailstorms, hurricanes. A pipe might burst in your house because it's real cold in the winter at that time. It might burst in the summer. All right, just never know. Tornadoes, blizzards, snow, mudslides, earthquakes, etc. All right. To prepare yourself for potential emergencies, take the free course, Simple Emergency Planning in 4 Easy Steps. Did I mention free? The link is in the description. All right. Here you go. I'm back on the screen here. So be sure to check out that membership as you guys see me with the snowball microphone in my hand. All right. For those who will be listening to me, yeah, I'll be putting the link in the description for my podcast listeners who listen to the audio version of this podcast, and you'll get to see what I'm talking about here. Okay, in case you're interested in checking out the show visually. All right. So I still haven't got this video pulled up. I don't know what's going on. I probably will be taking another break here in a minute. And we'll have to see something real quick. All right. I'll have to go grab my phone's cord, and we're going to pull this video up one way or the other. We're going to do it for sure. All right. I got another way of doing it here. Let me see something real quick. Let me see. Let me see. I don't think it's in here. So, yeah, what I'm going to do real quick. Oh, looks like it is here. Okay. All right. So now let me pull it up this way. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to try to get this pulled up. Let me give you another quick commercial break. And I'll be right back. Let me get this video pulled up. Safe House is a location other than your primary residence that you can go to whenever you need assistance or protection from any possible criminal or violent encounters. The first thing you want to start off with, though, is look for your fire departments, your police departments, your EMS stations. Look for that first, and then look for your 24-hour locations. You don't want to look at gas stations, gyms that are open up for 24 hours. You want to look at hotels, stores like Walmart, things of that nature. That way, if something happens, an emergency occurs, you already know where they at. Go right to them. If you want to learn more on how to protect yourself, get the course, How to Be Your Own VIP Protection Specialist. The link is in the description. All right, we're back once again. Let me get this thing pulled up. There's a lot of nonsense going on here. I don't know if it's ready or not. Let's see. You will see here in a second. All right. So you guys bear with me, man. This things like this happens when you go live. And I'm over here trying to experiment with different ways of going live here. Let me see. Still saying it's trying to process. I wonder if I can. Let me see if it'll let me do it. All right. Looks like it's doing what I needed to do. Hopefully it won't take too long. All right. So let me just give y'all let me set the stage for y'all. Looks like it's going through pretty quick. So it'll probably take about a minute to finish up. So let me just set the stage for you guys, man. I haven't been really checking out any of these cases. I'll look at real briefly the live. I'll check out some of the I've looked at the Kyle Rittenhouse a little bit, and I've looked at the Ahmaud Arbery case, and just was checking things out a little bit. Then I decided to go check out a few clips, and I came across this clip that I'm gonna be pulling up here for you guys here in a minute, and I just thought it was interesting, and I figured I'd go ahead and comment on it and discuss it. And you guys can feel free to comment as well. Let me know what you think. And looks like it's ready. Let me see if I can get it pulled up this time with all this stuff going on here. And I appreciate you guys checking out the show. I haven't been on live for a little bit. A lot of things been going on. And so I kind of took a little break. It looks like there we go. And I'm just starting to get back into the swing of things. Hopefully, okay, there we go. And I'm feeling a little bit more motivated and getting back into the swing of things a little bit. Let me see what's going on here. It's kind of odd. Hopefully this thing will pull up. All right, there we go. All right. So it looks like we're ready. All right. And we're going to get started, man. All right. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all patience, man. In a little while, I'm going to be shouting out a few cities and maybe some countries, man, that's been listening to us on the listening platforms. We'll do that probably towards the end. And I'm definitely going to start, for those who listen to the show, I'm going to start putting the links into where if you guys want to see the show, you can just click on the link and it'll take you to that particular episode. So this episode that you guys are listening, those who are listening to me, you can click the link and you can watch the show as well. All right. So I'm definitely do that for y'all. And so with that being said, you're rocking with the best thoughts of the week. Let's get it.
You are listening to Thoughts of the Week.
Of my life, I was scared to death. I mean,
Let me stop that real quick here.
the most traumatic event.
All right, so yeah, there you go. Is Travis McMichael's. All right, this is about maybe a 7-minute clip. All right, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna stop and go, make some comments on it as we go. And for those who really ain't been checking out the trial yourselves, or you might have missed certain days or whatever, here's a clip, and we're gonna get into that really quick here. Let me just take one more look at something else here. I was thinking about something, but anyway. All right, so let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
While giving this statement.
I just killed a man. I had blood on me still. It was the most traumatic event of my life. I was scared to death. I mean, it was the most traumatic event of my life. I don't know anybody who wouldn't be scared or stressed or terrified or anything. I mean, it was horrible.
I'm talking about giving your statement 2 hours later at a police station. You were nervous because you thought you were going to jail, right?
No, I gave him a statement. I mean, if I would have.
Somebody, and you don't think you're going to jail, is what you're saying.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on, but
I was going through an investigation. I was following the investigation.
So, you saw Officer Duggan's body cam, correct? Officer Duggan, the first officer who testified, his body cam.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you were standing right behind Officer Duggan while all that went on, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, you've just shot Mr. Arbery 3 times with a shotgun, correct?
Correct.
He's dead on the scene, correct?
Correct.
He's unarmed, correct?
He was.
All right. And your father came up to you and grabbed you by the shoulders and went, "You had no choice, you had no choice," right? You saw that?
Yes.
All right.
Sorry about that. Had the mic off, but stopping that right there real quick. And like I was saying before I unmuted myself, is that here he's admitting that Ahmaud Arbery did not have a weapon on him, did not present a weapon, did not have one on him. And then his dad, who I think had some law enforcement experience, was maybe a former police or something to that effect, or some type of connection. And he knew how to talk the talk. So he's already, as you see the prosecutor saying, your dad shook you and was saying, you had to do it, you had to do it. Right? That's when people talk like that in that sense, you had to do it, you had to do it. You already know it's wrong. And so you're trying your best to convince the other person that what you did was right. All right. That's like a unconscious way of telling or saying that you was doing something wrong. Hey, you had to do it. You had to do it. You really had to do it. All right. So what they didn't have to do was follow him, period. But we'll get into that a little bit later here. All right. Let's continue.
You're covered in Mr. Arbery's blood. You go down to the police station, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Any idea where that came
No.
from? Let's keep going.
Okay. And at that point, you're in the safety of the police department giving your statement, correct?
Yes.
All right. You've got all the time in the world, correct?
Yes.
All right. And Detective Nohilly hasn't threatened you,
No,
hasn't forced you to make a statement,
he did not.
and didn't promise you anything in order to get you to make the statement.
I'm gonna look real quick. He did not.
But you're telling this jury that you're all confused and you can't get the facts straight as you're telling the police about why it was you shot and killed a man.
I was trying with my best ability, but like I said, under the circumstances of going through a traumatic event, this is the most traumatic event that I have ever been through in my life. I don't
All
know.
right. People quick. While he's talking, he's over there, he's looking at the jury. So he's really trying to plead and put himself in the best light with the jury. You notice he turned his head and started talking to him. That's what he's doing. He's trying to gain the trust of the people of the jury. All right. I'm just going to pull that back again a little bit, as you guys can see, and make this this is going to be also a lesson for any of you guys who ever go to court. Number one, let's go back real quick and just look at how he's dressed and how he looks. And I'm gonna pull up this picture here and just check out the difference. All right. So there you go. What you guys are looking at, the before picture, looking all scruffy. He looked like he was all about it. That type of dude down to shoot up a nig, you dig? And then after they got him cleaned up, wearing glasses, and, distinguished. Let this be something that you guys incorporate for when you have to go to court. You want to make yourself the best looking person as possible, because these are the things that'll, the images, the imagery is what also plays a part in you going to court. Whether you got a ticket or otherwise, and you got to go to court, you want to present yourself and the best look possible is always something that can help you along the way. So present yourself, don't come in there looking crazy, smelling like you just came off the street. Get your best dress clothes as you possibly can and present yourself in a more positive light. Okay. So that's one thing. Then what I was saying is that you can, if you're going to be talking to a jury, you might be a witness. Even if you're a witness, victim, dress up nice, best as possible. And when you're asked a question and there's a jury, talk a little bit to the person, the defense attorney or the prosecutor, and at times turn on over and look at the jury as if you're trying to really tell them your story and let them know, hey, this is what's been going on. All right. So they're using all these little tricks to try to get this dude off. All right. That's a couple of tricks right there. His dress, his look, and him sounding non-threatening. That's also part of it too. Your sound. You don't want to sound like you're angry. So these are all tips when you go to court. Like I see, you can have the smallest of a case or the largest of a case. You can be the victim, witness. I wouldn't necessarily big up or co-sign for people who are going to be the suspects, like in this case. But I'm showing you in this case, for certain people, they just turd is the best best word I can say right now. Some of them are really turds and some of them aren't. And then you got some situations where people didn't do something, maybe got falsely accused. There's a lot of that's been going on as well. And if you're in that particular situation where you didn't do something for real, you want to present yourself in the best light possible. All right. And this is one way of doing it. How you sound, if you end up having to take the stand, how you sound, how you dress, and how you address the jury. All right. This all comes into play. Okay. So definitely take note of that. And I'm going to play this and you just watch him again do his thing with the jury.
A traumatic event. This is the most traumatic event that I have ever been through in my life.
Was you shot and killed a man?
I was trying with my best ability, but like I said, under the circumstances of going through a traumatic event, this is the most traumatic event that I have ever been through in my life. I don't know how. I've never been through a situation like that, so the reaction, trying to go through and trying to be as factual and tell as detailed as I could, and then looking through the transcript and being scattered as it was, I could tell that obviously I failed attempting to try as best I could. It just this is what you got. I tried, and this is what happened.
So, fair to say you never told Detective Nohilly nor wrote down in your written statement that you told Mr. Arbery the police were on their way?
It seems that I attempted to say it in these words here.
And at that point, Mr. Arbery turns around and runs back down.
I'm going to play that back a little
to get
bit
away from you, correct?
and show you something real quick.
And at that point, Mr. Arbery turns around and runs back.
This is what you got. I tried, and this is what happened.
So, fair to say you never told Detective Nohilly nor wrote down in your written statement that you told Mr. Arbery the police were on their way?
It seems that.
Now, I'm going to play it back again to where she asked him that question. How he's going to answer, he's trying his best not to, like if she says something and if she can get him to say that no to it, it'll make her look good. So he's trying his best not to say, well, no, yeah, like to make it look like she's right. So he's going to try to answer in such a way to where he doesn't look that way to the jury and still trying to be convincing. So a lot of this, I'm gonna be commenting in different ways. I'm commenting so and also so you can get a learning moment and how to conduct yourself and be a lot better than him. But at the same time, you can also comment on some things that he's saying. So I mean, again, I'm gonna go back just a little bit and just watch what she's gonna do. Ask him the question, and then he's gonna try to answer to where it looks good in his favor. Okay.
In your written statement that you told Mr. Arbery the police were on their way.
It seems that I attempted to say it in these words here.
And at that point, Mr. Arbery turns around and runs back down Burford to get away from you, correct?
As best I could. It just, this is what you got. I tried, and this is what happened.
So, fair to say you never told Detective Nohilly nor wrote down in your written statement that you told Mr. Arbery the police were on their way.
It seems that I attempted to say it in these words here.
And
You heard what he said. It seems that I attempted to say it in these words here and show this paperwork. And another thing is he has his notes or he has maybe transcripts of interviews and stuff like that. And if I'm not mistaken, whether you're a witness, suspect, like he is in this case, the victim, I think you are allowed and able to, and you can always ask to have some type of notes that you know of that everybody's aware of that you can always refer to. You don't have to get yourself hemmed up by these whether it's prosecutors or defense attorneys asking you questions and get you hemmed up. You can always ask, well, let me see the notes or can I see the transcripts of this interview? If they ask them something, if they ask you something about your interview with detectives, or if they ask you something in this in a report, you can always say, well, I'm not sure if I did say that or if this was mentioned. Can you show me a copy of that report? You can always stop them like that and let them show you so you can read it to yourself and then you can answer their question with a yes or a no. All right. So keep that in mind as well.
at that point, Mr. Arbery turns around and runs back down Burford to get away from you, correct?
That's correct.
So at this point in time, he's running away from you. He has not threatened you.
No.
Hasn't pulled out a gun.
No, ma'am.
Hasn't pulled out a knife.
Hasn't threatened him, hasn't pulled out the gun, hasn't pulled out a knife. And he's saying, no, nope, didn't threaten me, nope, didn't pull out a knife, nope, didn't have a gun, nope. And then watch what she continues on with and his answer to it.
Still arms at his sides.
That's correct.
And he's trying to get away from you,
And I was letting him run away. Yes, ma'am.
correct?
That's correct.
So at this point in time, he's running away from you. He has not threatened you.
No.
Hasn't pulled out a gun.
No, ma'am.
Hasn't pulled out a knife.
He did not.
Still arms at his sides.
That's correct.
And he's trying to get away from you.
And I was letting him run away. Yes, ma'am.
You were letting him run away.
That's correct.
I'm glad she addressed him about that part.
Wasn't it your intention to go around the block and cut him off and find him over on the other side?
To head him off and to see where he's located. That was my intention. Yes, ma'am.
Right. But you could have stopped right there and not done anything, right?
Which is a good point. I don't know why people got to keep on insisting if a person hasn't done anything or you don't see them with stolen property or things like that. Why do people just got to feel like they got to continue following you and continue see? They just got to see what you're doing, right? People like this dude. Why they got to constantly got to see? I got to see what you're doing, and I got to make sure. Let's continue.
Yes, but then immediately after is when head him off and to see where he's located. That was my intention. Yes, ma'am.
All right. But you could have stopped right there and not done anything, right? Letting him run away.
That's correct.
So at this point in time, he's running away from you. He has not threatened you.
No.
Hasn't pulled out a gun.
No, ma'am.
Hasn't pulled out a knife.
He did not.
Still arms at his sides.
That's correct.
And he's trying to get away from you.
And I was letting him run away. Yes, ma'am.
You were letting him run away.
That's correct.
Wasn't it your intention to go around the block and cut him off and find him over on the other side?
To head him off and to see where he's located. That was my intention. Yes, ma'am.
All right. But you could have stopped right there and not done anything, right?
Yes, but then immediately after is when I saw his interaction with the black truck and realized that there is something to my suspicions here, and I would like to see where he is at when the cops come, which I assume that the police were on the way, that I would be able to tell them where he's at if they haven't located him at that point.
So you're telling this jury that your whole intention was just to go ahead and follow Mr. Arbery, keep an eye on him, and to just tell the cops there he is.
At that point, yes, ma'am.
Now, it's true that your father, while in the truck with you, going down Burford towards that end, was yelling at you, cut him off, cut him off, cut him off, right?
He was talking to me or telling me, I don't know if he was saying cut him off or not. I know that he was saying, there he is, that's the guy. After that, I am not sure exactly what he said.
And at this point, you're still yelling at Mr. Arbery to stop at the end of Burford.
I was not yelling at him on Burford, no, ma'am.
And at the end of Burford, you and your dad both got out of the pickup truck, correct?
When he turned and started running down Burford, when he was away, when he was not a threat.
Now listen to the nonsense right here.
To be a threat and he was going past that, yeah, I got out.
Listen to the
And
nonsense.
at this point, you're still yelling at Mr. Arbery to stop at the end of Burford.
I was not yelling at him on Burford, no, ma'am.
And at the end of Burford, you and your dad both got out of the pickup truck, correct?
When he turned and started running down Burford, when he was away, when he was not a threat, if he wanted to be a threat and he was going past that, yeah, I got out of the truck, yes, ma'am. When he turned and running away is when I got out of the vehicle.
Why in the world would Mr. Arbery be a threat to you?
Because of when I asked him what was going on, and recognized that it was the guy that I saw on the 11th, and Mr. Albenzi pointing and everything going down, and realized that it is him, and then how he reacted when I shined the lights on him on the 11th. Yeah, you know, he acted like he did not want to be. He was obviously caught sneaking through the front yard. He was obviously where he wasn't supposed to be, where he hasn't been several times, and then he reaches into his pants. He has a gun, then
now let me play this back real quick again for you guys and listen to this nonsense.
And Mr. Albenzi pointing and everything going down, and realized that it is him, and then how he reacted when I shined the lights on him on the 11th.
And at the end of Burford, you and your dad both got out of the pickup truck, correct?
When he turned and started running on Burford, when he was away, when he was not a threat, if he wanted to be a threat and he was going past that, yeah, I got out of the truck, yes, ma'am. When he turned and running away is when I got out of the vehicle.
Why in the world would Mr. Arbery be a threat to you?
Because of when I asked him what was going on, and recognized that it was the guy that I saw on the
Listen to the
11th,
BS.
and Mr. Albenzi pointing and everything going down, and realized and running away is when I got out of the vehicle.
Why in the world would Mr. Arbery be a threat to you?
Because of when I asked him what was going on, and recognized that it was the guy that I saw on the 11th, and Mr. Albenzi pointing and everything going down, and realized that it is him, and then how he reacted when I shined the lights on him on the 11th. Yeah, you know, he acted like he did not want to be. He was obviously caught sneaking through the front yard. He was obviously where he was supposed to be, where he
Caught on the 11th, sneaking through the front yard. He's not never saying that he had anything. He went inside anybody's houses, went inside anywhere. None of that's mentioned. So his reasoning for pursuing, and we're going to play some more, he's going to give some other reasons. His reason for pursuing Ahmaud on that day when he shot Ahmaud, and he just felt he had to follow him and go after him, was because I think that was on the 23rd. So he's referring to something that happened on the 11th, and what supposedly Ahmaud did on the 11th is his reasoning to now pursue him 12 days later because of something he did 12 days before, right?
has it been several times, and then he reaches into his pants, like he has a gun. Then that I took that as a threatening gesture and walked in the house. Now it's the same guy on the 23rd that I've just pulled up to, that guy that I saw on the 11th, and Mr. Albenzi pointing and everything going down, and realized that it is him, and then how he reacted when I shined the lights on him on the 11th. Yeah, you know, he acted like he did not want to be. He was obviously caught sneaking through the front yard. He was obviously where he was supposed to be, where he hasn't been several times, and then he reaches into his pants, like he has a gun. Then that I took that as a threatening gesture and walked in the house.
Now he said he reached in his pants like he had a gun. I'm gonna play it again. You just got to listen close. But he didn't say he had a gun. And so his reasoning for pursuing him on the day of him murdering Ahmaud, was because of 12 days prior, 11, 12 days, I think it was 12 days prior, because of the way Ahmaud, according to him and whoever this Al, it sounds like an Arab name, the guy he was saying, because he was in the front yard, didn't say he had anything. You're in front of somebody's yard, you might yell at them, hey, get off the yard. For some people, that might not be the best of ideas to do, the best of actions. And at best, you call the police, right? You stand in front of your porch and you just try to see as far as you can see. Don't, you know, think about trying to pursue people. But because of that, and then what he said was because he put his hands in his pants like he had a gun. And I'll play that back again for you. But that's what he said. But he didn't say he had a gun on the 11th. And so because of the 11th, he did his actions on the 23rd. All right. A bunch of BS. But let's continue.
He acted like he did not want. He was sneaking through the front yard. He was obviously where he was supposed to be, where he hasn't been several times, and then he reaches into his pants, like he has a gun. Then that I took that as a threatening gesture and walked in the house. Now it's the same guy on the 23rd that I've just pulled up to, that turned out my father was correct. People pointing down the road, the same scene that this happened 12 days prior, that yes, there was a possibility that he may be armed with that gesture, but he didn't show me that, and he started running down the road. I was no longer under a threat if there was to be one, so I got out of the vehicle after my father got out of the vehicle to see what was going on and watch him.
All right, so sounds like a bunch of BS. He's coming up with these reasonings for why he went on and did that, and why he followed and pursued him on the 23rd, because on the 11th he was acting like this and he was doing these gestures. And so I just thought that maybe, on the 23rd, he might have something on him. Basically, what you and your dad did, is go out there being nosy ass people, following somebody you had no business following. You didn't see nothing of any property on him while he was running. You just thought, because you've seen him before, he's jogging around the area before, oh, that's him, let's go after him. See, people don't think, and this is the ish they get their A's into. All right. When you don't mind your damn business. If it was such a big deal, again, he didn't have nothing on him. The 23rd, when you took him out. And then there's some other clips where he's, I guess, doing the Kyle Rittenhouse crying, or trying to. I'm not even gonna speak on that. But he tried his little cry stunt too as well during some questioning. But what it boils down to is, you went out there doing something you had no business in doing. You know damn well you didn't need to be chasing nobody. You didn't see any property on him. You don't see him running with a lamp or camera or some property with him and taking off down the street. You catch up with him. You thought you can take him or whatever, because there's another clip on one of the questioning where he admits, Ahmaud got the best of him, and because he got the best of him with his hands, which is another coward move. A lot of these folks nowadays talk about, oh, I'll carry a gun and I'll just shoot him. But you can't, it's hard to do that when somebody's up on you bashing your head in. And it seems like a lot of people want to carry guns because they really can't fight. They can't throw hands. That's what a lot of you carry guns for, because you have no empty hand skills whatsoever. And you think you can go run around and start messing with folks and think that these folks won't bust you upside the head with their empty hand skills. And then you take the coward way out because you have no hand skills and want to shoot people, and then come up with all these elaborate stories. And as the prosecutor said, your dad had to tell you, you had no choice. You had no choice. Yeah, you had a choice. You shouldn't even took your asses down there following them. Your choices is get on the phone, call police. You might stand in the middle of the street as he's running down the road and just see as far as you can see. But once he gets out your view, that's what you can tell the police. He went down that way, and that's it. And let them go down there and finish it off trying to find them and see what's going on. But folks like you, there's a lot of you out there, feel they can do the same thing and just got to live a nosy life. That you're going to run up on the wrong people one of these days and doing that, and they're not going to have nothing on them. You think they're doing something, and they're going to catch you with one. So anyway, yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. I might do another one later. You guys definitely support the channel, support the show, support the episodes. All right. You go check out my other channel, What's the 411 News, where I just give out strictly the news and do my commentaries and interpretation of what's being put out there. All right. So check that out. Check out Special Report. Y'all love that channel as well. So What's the 411 News? special report, and definitely here on Thoughts of the Week podcast, where I talk about just about anything that is on my mind, or sometimes things relating to what's going on in the news, my thoughts and observations on certain things, research on certain things. And yeah, so be sure to check out another episode. Again, I said I would do this real quick. So let me do that really quick here. Let me see. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I said I was gonna shout out a few countries, man. All right, because I got a lot of listeners, man, that come on that listen to the show, and I want to give them opportunity if they want to start checking out, if they want to see or watch the episodes as well. All right. So I'm just gonna shout out a few of y'all, and maybe next few episodes I'll continue shouting you guys out. All right. So let me just get this pulled up real quick here. All right, got that. I might just pull it up on the screen real quick here. All right. Let me make sure I got everything going. All right, cool. And so let me see here. Let me see if I can get this pulled up on the screen. All right. There we go. Let me pull that. Y'all give me a few minutes here. My apologies. All right. Because I definitely want to acknowledge y'all guys who have been listening to me. Got a lot of folks that listen to me in different countries. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely appreciate it. Oh, I see this thing has changed up a little bit. Okay, hold on here. Hold on. That's what's up. Oops. Yeah, that's it right there. Alrighty. Definitely gonna get this pulled up on the screen for you ladies and gents. Okay. There we go. I could do it another way. Next time I'm gonna do it on I'm gonna pull the laptop screen up, but I'm just gonna do this real quick, just to shout out the different countries. We'll get into the cities in the next episode, and because for some reason the phone won't allow you to pull up the individual cities, but when you pull it up on the laptop, it'll let you do it. So we're gonna get into that. All right. There we go. Now let me pull it in. Boom. All right. So yeah, so of course the US, there's a lot of cities in the US that are definitely listening to the podcast. All right. So we got Ireland, we got France, Russia, Germany, Canada, the UK, United Kingdom, Brazil, Australia, Sweden, India, the Netherlands, Japan, Puerto Rico, Ghana, Kenya, Denmark, Italy, South Africa, Bangladesh, Egypt, Colombia, Portugal, Botswana, the Philippines, Singapore, Lithuania, Switzerland, and Turkey. Shout out to all of y'all. I appreciate y'all listening to the show. I'll get into the cities the next time around, because like I said, pulling this up from the phone doesn't allow you to pull out the individual cities within the country that are definitely listening in. So the next time around, we'll get to y'all. We'll break it down by cities and stuff like that. But again, I appreciate all of y'all as I'm scrolling down so you guys can see who's been listening to the podcast. It's real, not made up. A lot of them are looks like it says minus or negative 1%. But when I pull it up on the laptop, it breaks down the different cities. So and then the percentages are actually higher. So I definitely appreciate y'all, all these folks, all these countries listening to the show. I want y'all to be viewers too. So I'm gonna be putting these links. I'm starting to do from now on out, from here on out. I'm gonna be putting in for those who listen to the show. I'm gonna be putting in the links to where you guys can watch the show as well. Okay, in case you guys want to check out and actually watch the show, if you're able to. I don't know, what your country's rules are as far as checking out video. So, but I'm gonna put the links in there, and you can just click on the link, and you can actually watch this episode as well, along with any new episodes. So that's how I'm gonna do it from here on out. And also, I'm gonna be putting the support links in there, so you guys support the show. There's only $1. All right. You can continue as supporting as much as you want. It's not a subscription type thing. Although on the listening platforms, and I do have a subscription for the videos as well. If you guys, because I'm gonna be doing behind the scenes thoughts of the week, and I'm up to doing a few videos coming up pretty soon. And if you guys check out What's the 411, which is one of my other channels, What's the 411 News. Let's try to pull that up real quick so you guys can check that out. Also, let me see here. Yeah, so you guys definitely want to check out What's the 411 as well. And also you guys can support that show as well. Hold on. Y'all just bear with me real quick here as I pull it up. Again, I definitely appreciate y'all from different countries checking out the show. Hope y'all enjoy it. Hope you're getting something. Some of you might be getting, maybe you may get mad or something like that. Who knows? But it's all good. You might want to holler at me or wish you could or whatever, however you feel, which is understandable, right? But it's all welcome either way. Whether you enjoy it, you don't enjoy it, or you're mad about a particular thing I said or a particular topic that was mentioned, it's all good, all right? But What's the 411 News is where I do the reporting of the news, all right? That's one of the news channels. And let me just get this channel pulled up here. Everything's moving super slow, man. I don't know, because I got a lot of windows open, a lot of tabs open, I should say. Or it's just one of them things where, you know how YouTube has been getting down lately with not only myself, but a lot of other channels. Again, I think it's a thing where your mainstream news shows aren't getting the same love anymore. And so there's probably people up at the top getting with the execs at these social media platforms like YouTube and probably trying to tell them, hey, look, man, you got to do something about these independent folks, right? They're not liking the fact that us independent news reporters and commentary folks are bringing it to you raw and real. And because the mainstream is not doing the same, they're putting out a bunch of nonsense and messing with a lot of folks. And so as a result, people want to hear something real, want to get something honest. And they realizing that the mainstream news media just ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So let me pull this up real quick. There we go. So let me pull this up so you guys can definitely see. I believe this is it here, what I'm looking for. Hopefully it will be it. And yes, it is. Alrighty. All right, folks. So yeah, so check it out. There you go on the screen right now. As you guys can see, you see the live right there. I'm live right now. All right. As you guys can see right here, yeah, we're on live right now. And right below that, there's the channels you guys want to check out if you're interested. Definitely need more subscribers. There's a lot of news that I see a lot of viewers come on there, but we're not subscribing. So, and maybe it's me. I need to go on a little bit more, and I haven't been doing it, for reasons that definitely make sense. But here we have what's the 411 news. Check out how it's written. I have what's the 411 with a question mark and then an exclamation point, and then news. All right. That's one channel. Then we have special report. That's another channel. Black History Minute. If you want some of that Black History facts, you can go there as well and check out that channel. One day I'm going to explain what's going on with this large subscription number, but this probably has, I think Special Report might have the less videos, but most subscribers. But I'm going to tell you a story about that, and it all involves all these channels right here. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on with that at another time. But yeah, check out those channels, man. Subscribe to them, get your news, get the special information right there with Special Report, and get your Black History facts. There's a lot coming up next year. I have on Black History Minute, I plan on doing the whole month of February. It's my plans anyway. Might be one of my things that I challenge myself to do is that I'm probably gonna go the whole month of February every day with some type of Black History fact. All right. So you guys be checking that out. Subscribe to it because we have a vast, vast, vast history, man. A lot of information. Can go on for years and years. But the month of February 2022, I'm gonna attempt to do every day, and it might just last like a minute or two. Most episodes. There are other episodes that I'll go in later on down the road. It might be like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just never know. And then I'm still going to have my 1 minute or 1.5 to 2 minutes Black History Minute videos that's coming up as well on that channel. So be sure to be checking that out, man. All right. That's Black History Minute, Special Report, and What's the 411 News. There's a couple of news stories I'm probably going to be doing tomorrow. There's some I did. There's a couple I did today. You guys might want to check that out on What's the 411. So definitely go over there, check it out. On all these channels, share your videos, give it a thumbs up, comment on them. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative comments. That's up to you. I'm not one of the dudes that get uptight. And sometimes I do be feeling like blocking some of y'all. But then again, I started thinking more strategically, and I said, you know what? I'm going to let folks put in what they want to put in until I just feel like, yo, I'm just tired of hearing some of y'all BS. And some folks I do go back and forth with just a little bit, not much, because I know that's just going to waste a lot of my energy and time. But sometimes I get back at y'all, whether positive or negative, I'll be getting at y'all sometimes, especially the negative folks, because you're just not gonna roll with certain things. You're gonna get the clap back for sure. Sometimes whatever. All right. Just how I'm moving sometimes. So definitely subscribe to all these channels here. All right. Subscribe to What's the 411, Special Report, Black History Minute. And as you guys know, YouTube is on a shadow ban grind. And so I know for sure here on Thoughts of the Week podcast, they're definitely doing the shadow ban. What's the 411? It looks like they've been doing a shadow ban. The other two channels, maybe not as much or maybe not at all. Just depends. Just never know. But it might be a lighter version of their shadow bans on Special Report and Black History Minute. But when it comes to giving y'all some of that news, I mean, even special, all of this stuff is information that they can try to ban because they don't want people to know. But I just been noticing here on this podcast and on What's the 411, it seems like there's been a lot of hate going on with the company. And like I said, it's not just me. There's a lot of people saying the same thing. And I did mention that because when you talked about certain topics, whether here or on What's the 411, they wanted to remove your videos and give you a week off from using anything. And I did mention in one of my podcast episodes that sooner or later it's going to backfire on you. And it's looking like it's starting to happen. In the next coming months, 2 or 3 months, there's going to be some real deep information that's going to come out. Like I said, things are already been getting exposed. I'm so happy about it because I really was me myself praying about that for those who are some people who don't are into praying and stuff like that. Some are, but I actually prayed about that, about having God expose the nonsense regarding the blow pops, if you know what I'm talking about. And that's exactly what's happening. So I'm very happy about that. It's going down. It's going to get deeper before it's all over with. People from other countries are starting to not go with the okie doke. People here in the U.S. is not going for the okie doke. And like I said, it's going to backfire. And then I wonder what's going to happen to the social media platform execs who is blocking a lot of people, banning their stuff, throwing them off YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Facebook didn't do it too tough, I guess, because they had their own problems going on. And so I guess they didn't go too hard. They tried to do the slick route while everybody else was trying to do the blatant route, cutting people's channels off or just cutting them off for a week, not allow them to upload or go live. And I said it was going to happen sooner or later. It was going to happen, and it was going to happen in 2 or 3 different types of ways, is what I mentioned on one of my recent podcast episodes. And that's exactly what's going on. And it's starting to happen in different pieces. And I'm so happy about it. The exposing is taking off. And like I said, it's not done. There's going to be some more things that's going to get exposed. It's coming up in the next few months. It's going to be month to month to month to month to month. Already, call him Fauci, Foulci. Folks already calling him out and catching him in a bunch of lies. So he's getting himself hemmed up. And some other things regarding this whole pandemic situation and the blow pop is going to get exposed. And then, of course, people are going to try to attempt to not let that information get out, but there's not going to be no way to stop it. It's going to get out. All right. And so, like I said, I'm wondering what's going to happen then to all the execs who are down to block folks and get rid of their channels and permanently ban them forever and stuff like that when certain information gets out, and it's coming. All right. Your arm's too short to box with God. You feel me? So come on and play if you want to, mess with people if you want to. That boomerang gonna come right back at you. All right. Indeed. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all, man. Support the show. Link will be in the description. Link is on the screen. And we're gonna do this again, man, pretty soon. Okay. So I appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the different countries. I'm gonna get into it a little bit next time, and hopefully, the beginning of the show, I'm gonna drop a little bit more on the breakdown of the different countries who's actually listening in. Y'all tell your friends in all the countries I mentioned. Tell your peoples, have them listen to the show. I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna put the links in the descriptions so y'all guys can watch the episodes too, in case you just want to watch. All right. I definitely appreciate y'all watching and listening. Also, the listening platforms are subscription based. Some episodes will be on subscription and some will be free, so you still can go listen to the show. And then you might see certain episodes that you can only listen to by subscription. And if you, it's only $4.99 a month. And like I said, there's going to be more episodes that I'm going to be. It's not going to be actually the episodes of podcasts. It's going to be behind the scenes commentary. And I thought I should make that announcement anyway. It's going to be a behind the scenes thoughts of the week episodes. It's not going to be necessarily with the numbers like I've been doing. Like this is podcast 113 right now. We're in 113 episodes. So you're going to get behind the scenes and with what's the 411. You're also going to get behind the scenes news commentary, certain news that there's been issues with trying to do it on platforms. And so I'm going to do it on the membership. And it's going to be information regarding the blow pops and stuff like that. You guys definitely don't want to miss that. You might want to get your membership with what's the 411. And I'll try to remember all these links here and put that in the description of this episode because there's a lot out there. There's a lot of information out there, man, that I wish a lot of folks would have just held off and waited a little longer and waited for information to come out. So I'm not getting down on folks who took the blow pop. I'm not getting down on folks who did not take the blow pop. You all made your decisions. But what I am happy of is that things are getting exposed. So even those who took the blow pop and those who didn't, you're going to find out information, and this will help you for the next time something goes down, which something I'm going to be probably talking about, I think tomorrow. So you guys go to What's the 411 News. I'm going to be probably doing a news story on what I just talked about. There's another thing that supposedly might be coming out, but it may not if enough of us start exposing it early. That might kind of stop their plans from doing it. If you get what I'm talking about, if you get what I'm laying down, or you feel what I'm saying. But go to What's the 411 channel, all right? And on the listening platforms, go to anchor.fm/what's the 411. I think it's anchor.fm/what's the 411 or anchor.fm/what's and put a dash in between them. What's dash the dash 411 dash news or just what's dash the dash 411. All right. And if y'all want to listen to it, it'll be on there. I don't know. I may put that in the subscription. I don't know. Then again, maybe not. I might let this one go. So you guys can be up on what's going on. Okay. All right. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm talked enough. I'm dragging this out when I don't need to. All right. Just needed to get that information out to you guys. Appreciate it. No doubt. You're rocking with the best thoughts of the week. One love. I'm out. Peace.
This episode has been brought to you by theproductstorecompany.com.
Do you know what you're listening to? You're listening to Thoughts of the Week.
Oh, how's that?